I've been meaning to come out to this old railway bridge for a number of years, and it turns out there's quite a bit of history to this particular bridge, which I'll get to later. But what I found is that there's a lot more to this old disused railway corridor than meets the eye. Things that have got me so much more excited than I thought I would be. Anyway, this video isn't so much about talking about camera techniques or anything like this. It's a photo walk. I've been thinking a lot about coming down here because I know that there's some graffiti which I was kind of interested in looking at, but it's an industrial area and I actually really like the way industrial architecture looks in black and white. There's all those really hard lines and high contrast areas. You know, it's stuff that really grabs the attention. Well, I finally made it to the bridge and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about this because this section of bridge didn't actually belong here. It used to belong to a bridge that went across the river, maybe about 20 kilometres away. This section was a rotating section of bridge to allow boats to go through. At one point in time, the bridge didn't close properly. A train went over and derailed and fell in the water. There's a local man called Angus Thornett who has his own YouTube channel. He goes into the situation with a lot more detail than what I could ever know. And I highly recommend you go check that out. And I will put a link in the description below to that particular video. But rather than just throw the old section of bridge away, they brought it here to cross the Brooker Highway so that trains could access the industrial estate and the old zinc works, which is still running to this day. In fact, this entire railway corridor from the zinc works all the way into the main railway has been disused for decades. The bridge isn't really much to look at, but I find it's got a very curious and interesting history.
Outside of the window, city lights are crying like a widow. I'm driving by the place where I met you. What if I tell you there's another? How many times I was almost there. I know this line will break you. side of the window. Night is a mirror of my ghost. Turn up at the storm. It's so hard to come home. Where am I most? Sweat bodies cold inside.
I really don't know what I was expecting when I came out for this walk. I just wanted to see some industrial architecture and see kind of what's happened to this rail corridor over the period of years. What I wasn't expecting was all of this. Like, I know it's not strictly legal, but the thought that goes into something like this, and it's not commissioned, it's quite amazing. And these sort of works need to be documented because they're so ephemeral. And yet still, the effort that goes into these works is astounding. And it brings me hope for the future, because art isn't really encouraged even now. But art is the outlet of people who have not much else. And I'd much rather see people do stuff like this than be on their phones all day. This is incredible.
'Cause I try not to say how the fire is gone away.
I do have my own story about this bridge too. And when I said that I've been meaning to come up here for a number of years, it's because many, many years ago, I had an experience up here which kind of made me laugh a little bit and also made me feel warm inside. I used to work in a building literally 100 metres away, and I came up here once for my lunch, just sitting on the bridge, and there were a number of people that were driving under the bridge that were concerned about my state of mental health. I wasn't aware of this until I saw two police officers climbing the embankment up to the railway just to check to see how I was. So it was amusing on a level because clearly I was just eating my lunch, but it was so nice to know that not only were the police coming to check up on me, but also that there were a number of concerned people out there who wanted to make sure that I was okay as well. It's just something about, like, hang on, let me flip you around. I find there's something really interesting about functional architecture. Like, you can't tell me that those have been designed for anything except the function that they have. Same with this one. I do find that really interesting. I'll just get that door in. Ventilation, who thought it could be so interesting? But I do love the way it contrasts with the sky behind, and they don't even fit functionally with whatever buildings are surrounding them. They're literally just plonked on there for the specific purpose that they have. Like these ones. Let's get down here close. It's so interesting. And the way the different shapes, while they're incongruous, they do fit together. Like with that one, those two rotating ventilators against the triangle of the roof behind. They shouldn't fit together at all, but for some reason, they're pleasing to my eye. Oh, and the light's coming out. Brilliant. It's the one thing, when the light's not great, everything looks flat, and it makes it so much harder for black and white photography, even though in bad light, black and white is best. What I really love here is these angles. So you got this one here and cutting across, and the line of the gate. Everything kind of works in together, even though functionally everything's just been plonked here with no thought of design at all. You know, it's really just to stop people from driving through. But it works really well. That pretty much brings this photo walk to a close. It was really interesting just walking up and down this small rail corridor. And while you might be into a different kind of photography, documenting other people's work can be very rewarding. And while you're out doing that, you might as well take photos of other things that interest you, like, for example, the industrial architecture, the state of demise of certain areas. Probably getting a little bit philosophical now, so I'll end it here. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you on the next one. Turns out that there's a lot more to this disused railway. Thank you. Should have seen that one coming.